everyone, this is Robyn from mypinkstamper.com, and oh my goodness you guys, I have the best project for you today. We're going to be doing a little bit of embossing using our VERSAMARK ink pad and some silver embossing powder and our heat tool. I'm so excited, but the best part about this project is I'm showing you how to emboss silver on silver. You can do the same thing with our gold on gold, or different colors on different color paper, but I'm going to show you how we're making this look like a professional background. So I'm just going to jump right in and get started with this project. I just have everything silver I needed to make. So on my team of pink stampers, I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and when my team members promote to silver, that's the title that they achieve, it's silver, I like to give them a silver package. It has a bunch of silver accessories that we sell in there, but I also make them an exclusive silver card for achieving their promotion. And so this was for our February 2017 promotions. I made this card and I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is we'll go ahead and just start with the embossing right away. And I will have all of the item numbers and the description right on the screen, so if you'd like to write anything down to maybe place an order for yourself, you can do that. I also have all of the items at the very end of this video and on the description, so it's super easy. All of this product can be ordered from my shopping page. Super, super simple. And then I will contact you after you place an order, and you will get exclusive thank you card in the mail and a little goodie if your order qualifies. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started right away. So I'm using our foil sheet. This is one of our silver foil sheets. They come in packages of 12 by 12, and they come just 2 sheets in a package. They are wonderful. I love to use our silver foil and our silver glimmer, which we're using in a bit. Okay, so this is cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4. You're going to need just a background paper. This is one of our grid paper sheets. I just have it folded in half. And then this is our VERSAMARK ink pad. So this is a watermark stamp pad. So if you're stamping it on just any color cardstock, just with this pad by itself, it just kind of darkens it. It gives it a watermark look. But because this is a stickier pad, it stays wet and you can actually emboss with it. So we're going to emboss with this, and we're going to use our silver embossing powder. So I'm going to get this all ready to go. And then I'm using our diagonal stripes background stamp for my background. I love our background stamps. You can do a lot of fun things with them. All right, so here is the background stamp, and I have it on our block F, so it's ready to go. Now what I like to do with the bigger stamps is I just lay them right on their back like that. Let me fix my lighting. It seems a little bit dark over here. Okay, so I'll just take my VERSAMARK, and I will, oh wait, the first thing I'm going to do, sorry, we don't want any static, so I'm going to use one of our embossing buddies, and I'm just going to, just has powder in it, and it helps with the static, so the little specks of embossing powder don't stick everywhere. Okay, so I'm just going to put my finger here, and then I hold it with both sides. You guys can do this too. If you've never embossed, it's actually super easy to do. You just need maybe 1 or 2 of my embossing videos. I have plenty here on my YouTube channel. If you're not a subscriber yet, feel free to subscribe for updates when I post a new video for you guys, usually about 2 to 3 a week. Okay, so I'm going to put this like this and just press this on here. And I'm just using my hand to kind of make sure that it's all inked up. There might be a couple spots that don't get the ink on it as well, but it's okay. It actually makes it look super professional. It looks like something you'd buy at the store. So while it's wet, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to pour the embossing powder on it. And do you guys see how it just kind of sticks where it's wet? I'll show you give you a better look in a minute. It's a bigger piece that I'm doing, so I'm just trying to be careful not to really touch it much. Okay. And if you need to flick it, if there's parts that it's stuck, okay, it's a pretty good job. So I'm going to go ahead and just set this aside for now. I'm going to use that in a minute. And I'm going to just hold half of this. And this is our Stampin' Up! Heat tool. And I'm going to put it on setting number 2. And I'm just going to hold the bottom part. You don't want this to aim toward your hand. It's super hot. If children are making these projects with you, be very careful This does get super hot. Okay, so do you guys see how it is melting? You can kind of see the consistency change. I'll get you guys a really good look. I have kind of a shadow on it. There we go. You guys see how it's, there you go. You can see it's changing the consistency. And it's making it gorgeous. And so what it's doing, it's just melting the powder. And it has a nice embossed, it's raised up, so it gives it a nice texture. And your friends and family, when they get your projects that are embossed, they're really not going to know that you've made it yourself. So don't forget to stamp one of our little handmade by or homemade by stamps on the back, and then sign your name so they know that you made that. So be very careful because this is super hot. You can actually use tweezers if you want to hold it as well. I'm just trying to be very careful, and I'm going to do both sides. And I'm not going to speed this up. Sometimes I speed up my videos, so it's a little bit faster for you, but I love watching this melt. I could really probably emboss all day. I had quite a few of my team members promote the silver this last month, so I'm making quite a few of these, and I love every single one that I make. Okay, so that's it. And if you guys can see that, let me zoom in for you a little bit. You guys can see how it's raised up. That's embossed. So I think I'll go ahead and I'm going to set this aside for now. Put it over here. And we'll go ahead and pull out our Big Shot. I'm going to clean up as I go so you guys can kind of see the cleanup process. And okay, I'm just going to, so this was folded in half. So I'll just kind of, oh, it's really zoomed in. I sometimes forget to zoom back out. I just put it back in the little container, and we're going to use this again for the top of our card, for the accent main part of the card as well. Okay, so make sure I wipe that all off. All right, so now I'm going to pull out our Big Shot machine. I love it. I love our Big Shot. And I'm going to be using this down here. So now I've got our silver glimmer paper. I'm going to put right here. And then I have just our WHIPSER white cardstock, and I'm going to put that here. It doesn't matter the size on each of these, they're just scraps. And I'm using our Lots of Labels framelits. These are just 2 of the sizes. I believe there's 5 or 6 in the assortment. I'm going to use the bigger piece for the glimmer and the smaller piece on the WHIPSER white. I'm going to put the top on here. There we go. And that's normal sounds that you hear with a Big Shot. It just means it's doing its job. Okay, so now I have my silver glimmer label, and I'm going to set that aside. And the same thing with my white. Okay, set that aside. And the next thing we're going to do is let's go ahead and we're going to emboss on this little piece here using the stamp set Sweet Sayings. I really like the saying, "Success looks good on you." It's a really good saying for maybe someone that had a promotion at work or, you know, any achievement. That's a really good saying to use. Let's pull this back out and let's pull out my VERSAMARK out right here. Okay, and I'm just going to stamp, well, actually I'm going to do the embossing buddy as well on this. Just do a quick swipe. And I'm going to stamp. Let me get my silver ready. Go ahead and stamp "Success looks good on you." I'm just going to put it right in the center. And then I'm going to take my embossing powder. You don't need as much for this one. Flick, flick. And then I have this ready to go here. And let me just set this aside. I'll put this away later, actually. So we can go ahead and get right on to this card. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take our heat tool and just apply the heat on there. Can you guys see it? You should be able to see it changing its consistency in just a second. It gets all shiny. It goes from powder to shiny in just a few seconds. There we go. And then try not to touch it right after you emboss it. You can smear it and it's super hot, so you have to be very careful. All right, so now we're going to put this card together. We're done with all of the stamping. We have our nice, wonderful background. I'm going to pull out some of our ribbon and accessories that I'm going to use with this. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm starting with a piece of our thick Whisper White cardstock, and I have it cut at 5.5 inches. So it's just a regular piece of cardstock. You cut it in half, and then I turn it this way and I score it at 4.25. And I score it because our thick Whisper White is super thick. That's why it's called thick Whisper White. And you want to score it to get a nice tight crease. Okay, so now we're going to take this piece here, and I'm going to use some of our beautiful sequin trim. I just wanted to add as much bling on here as possible. I don't know where my little scissors went. Okay, I think I have a pair in here. I'm going to grab a new pair because I needed one anyway. These are our paper snips. How do I get them open? Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm just going to cut a little piece here, and I'm just going to use some regular tape just to tape it around the back. Okay, like so. Oops. And we're going to wrap this around here. I don't have it in the exact middle, and there's a reason, because we're going to add some of our beautiful silver 1/8 ribbon, and I'm also going to add it with tape, and I'm going to put it right on the top of it. Let me cut it first. Boops, boopity boop boop. I'm going to add this up here. I'm just going to have it kind of just sit right on top of it and put this around here. And now while it's upside down, I'm going to grab some of our snail adhesive, and I'm going to put this on all 4 sides and a little in the middle because it's a little bumpy from being from using the heat tool and embossing on it. So now I'm going to add this right here, just on the front of my Whisper White. There we go. Okay, and now I'm going to take my Success Looks Good on You, and then this here, like I said, is the silver glimmer. And silver glimmer is a little tricky. It doesn't work very well with the snail adhesive, so I like to use just our glue dots. So I'm going to grab just 4 on here on the back and turn that around. Okay, press that on there. And now I'm also going to take some of our rhinestones, and I tried to get this as blingy as I could. I'm like, it needs to be so silvery and sparkly. I want my team members, pink stampers, to feel super special for their accomplishments. I like to recognize them on my team. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it around, turn it upside down, and I'm going to be using just some of our Stampin' dimensionals. And I'll just put 4 on, and I'm just about finished here with this card. And you guys could do this too. I mean, this is not a technique that's super hard. You just need to learn how to do it the first time, and you could learn it just from watching this video. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed my silver embossed Success Looks Good on You card. Remember, you can find all of the supplies used at the end of this video. You can order them directly from my shopping page, mypinkstamper.stampinup.net, and I'm Robyn Cardin. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.